Welcome back everybody to another video, and today we are going to be breaking down some first gameplay, official gameplay from College Football 26 that we've seen today. And let's just say we're going to see a bunch of interceptions that was thrown today. They're not some of the best football players out there, but hey, we got some gameplay here and we're going to be breaking that down in the video. But before we get into that, let the beat drop. Alright, so in the gameplay that was revealed today, we're going to be seeing Alabama, Florida State, and Tennessee playing. And we're going to have one of the YouTubers, Bordeaux, playing Ryan Williams and Kirkpatrick from the Alabama Clemson Tide. And as you can see, the first thing you see here is the new score bug. I like the new score bug. There's nothing wrong with it. The only thing I can say that I don't really like about it is where it says volunteers and then Crimson Tide on the bottom. I mean, it's okay. I wish it was the same font as Tennessee and Alabama. They changed it up a little bit, but hey, I mean, if you want to point out the negative, that's the only negative I can see about the score bug. I like where it says, EA Sports kickoff and and all that stuff. Really not too big of a deal for me. Let's take a look at the kickoff here. So we got the same kick meter, which was so difficult last year. So difficult. Was not a fan of the kick meter last year. Got a good tackle there. And we're going to see a lot of interceptions in this gameplay. A lot of interceptions last year that you probably, and a lot of catches last year you probably wouldn't have seen, but a lot of bad gameplay too. As we can see, a scramble, not really much here on this scramble, but I did like the way the edge rusher got in there, got through the defensive line, and really not much from that right there. But I did like the offensive defensive trench play there. Beautiful throw. Love that throw there. The revamped passing is back. No issues about that throw at all. Love the offensive line work there. But as you can see, there's going to be a lot of interceptions thrown. Here, which was a bad throw. A lot of times last year, when you would throw an interception, 9 times out of 10, it's going to get returned for a touchdown. Let's go back here and see the entire play out. Like, he had no business throwing this interception here, throwing that pass. But, most of these players here probably don't spend too much time actually playing the game because they have to actually play. But, it's okay. We get some gameplay. So they show off the dynamic substitutions here. You bring it up and then you can substitute any player out: ends, tackles, linebackers, safeties, corners. And one thing that I did notice when you're doing this is the play clock and the game clock is still going as you're making your substitutions. As you can see right here on the bottom, you couldn't really tell. Let me go back and show you. Right here on my cursor, the play clock is still going down. So just keep in mind when you're doing all that, the play clock is still going. So it's not going to stop. So make your substitutions, do what you have to do, and then snap the ball. And then of course, when you make those substitutions, the players aren't going to come into the game until the next play. Let's go back and see this nice run. It's a nice tackle there. And they show off a lot of features in this game, in this gameplay. Dynamic subs, and some of these catches that you'll see, the cornerback is not looking back at the ball, and the receiver is going to make a lot of catches. One thing I want to note is Bordeaux does a few option plays here. And one thing last year with the option play, there was absolutely no chance to run an option play. Like last year, option was just, it was not an option to run the option play last year because it was just broken. I don't know. And I love running option plays, but I just couldn't run them because they were I don't know, broken. But they may seem to work here. And then I don't like this tackle situation here where you have, and this happened a lot last year, when you have, bam, that one person there wrapping up, and then you have that second person come in and finish. But it was always so awkward and just janky. And just the way it turned out, I didn't like. And it's going to happen here again when the second player comes up and then bam. So not my favorite thing to see. And here we're going to see another bad throw and another interception. But I like this interception because it was tipped and then the second player got the pick. But another thing, I don't know if he's going to return this one. He's not going to return it. But yeah, bad throw, good interception. It should have happened. Let's move on to the next one here. And I think Bordeaux's going to run another option. He's not. Nice run up the middle. And see, this is a great run. But, at the end, you get that one play here, and then you're going to have that next player come finish up. That wasn't as bad as the first one. And here's another option. That time, it got stopped. So, not too mad about that. Not mad about this option play being stopped. Again, I want option to be an option this year, because I like running option plays. Whew. Now, let's talk about the kick meter. This is it doesn't say here how long this kick is. Let's see if it says it. So, this is a 26-yard field goal attempt. 26 yards. Last year, this kick meter would not have moved this crazy unless it was probably like a 35, 40-yard kick. This is a 26-yard field goal attempt. And look how crazy this meter is shaking. Look at that. And then not only that, the meter is fading in and out. Man, kicking in the Hostel stadiums is going to be insane. Like, I might just go for it every time. This is a first good throw by Ryan Williams. First really good throw. Not mad at it. It's a good throw. He caught it. He got down. But other than that, he threw a lot of picks. See, he's hurrying up right now. And he's going to scramble. Nice tackle. Love that tackle. And then they're talking about the Heisman, what do you call it? Heisman, whatever, ability. I love this. Let's go back to this play here. A nice scramble. He could have ran it in there, but he decided to throw it. I don't know if that linebacker would have had a chance to pick that off. There's a linebacker right here. It's a CPU linebacker. But it's a good throw. Good throw, good catch. Like I said, he didn't throw many good passes, but that time it was a good pass. They're talking about a stadium post here. Alabama is ranked number 5, and no wonder that kick meter was moving all crazy on a 26-yard field goal. I still can't get over that. This is a good. I love this tackle animation. This was a good tackle animation. It wasn't too weird, so that was nice. He's pressing, and I think he's gonna throw. No, so that is a good throw. So another good throw. Bordeaux is gonna press, and then the tight end is just gonna get out for a little post touchdown. And they also talked about all of the different celebrations that they have in the game. Don't really care too much about the celebrations, but I noticed that when you scored a touchdown last year, if let's say you scored a touchdown, you didn't press anything, like the CPU players would just cycle through about 3 or 4 different touchdown celebrations, and that was it. So I hope that it's changed this year. Like if I don't press anything, that they just do their own thing. Another bad throw, and he's gonna take this back for a touchdown. So I don't have a problem with that. It's a bad throw. He was in zone and flat coverage, so it's a bad throw. Good catch. That is a really good throw. I love that catch right there. I don't know if he really had to dive, but good catch. Moving on, and they're going to be talking about the different quarterback throwing arcs and animations, just the different throwing points. Like this one was kind of like a quarter throw right there, and then you're gonna see a little sidearm action there. This is going to be really good, especially when it comes to the RPO passing and not getting it knocked down or intercepted. It's kind of like a little over the head throw. And then here we go, another beautiful throw and a touchdown. This was nice. Having someone throw the block, he almost got sacked too. Like a receiver. Okay, let's go back and take a look at this, because this was kind of like a little, I don't know what this interaction was between the receiver and the defensive back. They kind of just met at a point. I guess he wanted to throw this block here, but never really got engaged, and then the defensive back just kind of like fell over. He just fell over. Don't know what that was, but guess it's gonna happen like that sometimes. Don't want to see it happening. I think we're gonna see another interception here. Yeah, so he said he was pressing a different button, and that happened. Yeah, another bad throw, another interception. Here we go. They're talking about the quarterback heights and how it's gonna affect the vision of the quarterbacks, but they already mentioned this. I didn't see it play out in the gameplay here, and I didn't really notice like the icons shading or fading in and out. Maybe the quarterbacks that they had were pretty tall, so none of that came into effect. Well, Castellanos is pretty short. This is a beautiful throw up the seam. He caught Bordeaux. Bordeaux was playing man, and he caught him on the snap, and then he just threw it right over his head. Love to see that. That was pretty nice. Nice throw there. So stuff like that you love to see. When it's supposed to happen, you want to see that happen. And this game is almost over, but a nice bubble screen there. What I want to know is screens worth throwing this year? They're talking about the no eyes, no picks. As you can see, the defensive back was not looking, and then the receiver got the catch. And again, this is, I know a lot of people are going to be like, how did he catch that? This was supposed to happen. The defensive back is looking at the receiver and not the ball, and the receiver is the only one that goes up and catches it. That's what's going to happen in real life. It's pretty much a back shoulder throw. That's what's going to happen in real life. So I have no problem with that happening because I'm going to throw those passes. Ooh. So they talked about it this year about how the quarterback, sometimes when they get sacked, they're going to hold on to the ball. This time he didn't, but he came with a mean blitz here. Like, Bordeaux had no chance of doing anything here. Mean blitz. But still, you love to see that. Right at the middle. And completion. So, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And they're talking about the slide protection. And, I did slide protection last year. It worked out pretty well. They just changed the way. And here's another good throw. Really nothing much to see there. We've seen that celebration before. But they changed up the way you do the slide protections. Why? I don't know. It wasn't broken last year. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I love that interaction there. I don't know if... Okay, he has a star. No, that was a linebacker. Was that I think that was a tight end coming over to make the block, and he just got manhandled. Number 87 come over here to try to make the block against the linebacker, and the tight end just gets thrown out the way. Look at that. I like that. I like that interaction. That was actually nice. I didn't see that the first time, so that was nice to see. Then we're going to see another interception here. Yeah, another bad throw. Don't know how I feel about him first leaning back to get the interception. No, it's fine, but then like, okay, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. He was leaning back, and then he caught it, and then he got hit. Okay, not bad. I thought he kind of like warped into like being tackled. Not that bad. I think we're gonna see a safety here. Nope. Another bad throw. Another interception. He's gonna take it all the way down to the 1. Doesn't even he doesn't even get into the end zone. So, but they're eventually gonna score here. I think, yeah. So, I like what I'm seeing so far. It's not bad. Here they're going to be going to Florida State, Doak Campbell Stadium at Bobby Bowden Field. I miss Bobby Bowden. Hated him as a coach, but he's a good person. And as you can see here, here's the Florida State entrance and all of that. Florida State is not ranked. If anyone was wondering, they had a oh man, they had a terrible season. But they're not ranked, and they don't have a top 25 stadium. So it's going to be pretty easy to play in Florida State this year. Alabama's ranked 9th. And Castellanos is one of those short quarterbacks. I love this. Last year, the jet was very easy. I don't know if Bordeaux was oh no, it was just an insta shed right here. Let's see that again. Answer shed by the defensive lineman. I don't know how I feel about that tackle interaction though. It's kind of wonky. That time, see, some tackle interactions I can tell are going to be really organic, like that, and then some are going to be just really wonky and just like, okay, how did that just happen? Like that. We've seen that tackle animation last year, which is nice. Here they're talking about the different wear and tear substitution options that are going to be that's going to be available to us. I don't know if this had anything to do with quarterback vision, which it shouldn't have, because he's outside of the pocket, but just misses the throw. Which I don't mind seeing. 2,800 new plays and new formations, and that's thunder in the background. Oh, a nice spin move there. Oh, okay. They got new introductions about the. I didn't see that. Let's go back and take a look at this. I didn't know. I didn't see this. So the introduction of the defense, we have not seen this. We didn't see this last year, so it's going to be nice. They're going to be going over the defensive line and just your whole defense, linebackers and safeties. I'm pretty sure if they're going to be doing this for the defense, they're going to be doing it for the offense also. So that's nice to see. And then this play here, the little juke. Oof. Tough times. Tough times to be a Florida State fan. Some really tough years ahead. But good juke move. Don't hate it. And then they're talking about the different adjustments that you can have with they have RPOs you can have adjustments with now, and safety adjustments. This I thought was really nice. You can adjust your safeties in the box. You can adjust them on the sidelines, really deep. Just so many different ways you can adjust your safeties. It's really nice. I didn't really do too many. Well, we really didn't have that option to adjust our safeties last year. So this throw was one of the most beautiful throws I've seen throughout this gameplay here. I mean, that was just amazing. Mismatch, and he just drops it right there in the breadbasket. Exactly, as you can see here, he's doing auto subs, and as he's doing the auto subs, like I mentioned before, the play clock is still going down, the game clock is still moving. So you want to make sure when you're doing these substitutions that, hey, I gotta get through my substitutions. I gotta make sure I go through them and do them, and then get back to the game. There's another bad throw there. One thing I do like seeing when these interceptions are happening, you're not seeing all of these run back for a touchdown. So, and then here they talk about the stunts and the twists. I didn't see any in this gameplay. At least I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't see anybody run any stunts or twists, which is pretty sad. Because you would think, okay, let me try this new stunt and this and that. But none of them tried a new stunt or a twist or anything like that, which kind of sucks. Like, show us something here. And here, I know you guys are going to think, well, how did he just get wide open? Well, they got mixed up here. As you can see, you got this receiver cutting on the inside. So the player, I think Jones, somebody got hit, and plus it was user controlled, so that's how he got away so quickly. Jones went inside, Williams went outside, easy throw. So that's what happened there. All right, moving on. This, I don't know how he made this catch, but I don't know what to think about it, because he goes for the swipe, but he still makes the catch. So I don't know what to think about that. I guess it's one of those 50-50 plays that you would, and I gotta mention this guy here. I'm gonna mention it, bruh. What's going on here? What? No Diddy, but what's going on here? No, we can't be having that. It's too much action going on there for me. It's too much going on. It bothered me the entire gameplay. Like, that took away from the gameplay. Like, my guy. I like that knockout there. Talking about the new defensive. Oh, wow. What a hit. Woohoo. My man got lit up in mid-air. Pow. Like I said, tough year for Florida State. And, okay, so they're showing defensive subs. They're showing auto subs on the defensive side. Now, I don't know if you're making defensive subs, auto subs on the defense side, and let's say you're playing against a user or a CPU, doesn't matter. Now, if I have this screen up, is that going to stop the offense from hiking the ball? Or will I have to make my subs as fast as I can before they hike the ball? That's what I want to know, because I don't think I see the play clock moving here when the subs are being made. I think I got to go back here. Let's go back and see. Is the play clock moving? Okay, I think this is just a still screen, so we don't know. So that is something to worth noting. Another good play here. Defensive back was not looking back. Receiver caught the ball. And another pick thrown. Like I said, it doesn't seem like it's very easy for a defensive player to just get the pick and turn it upfield for a touchdown, and then he takes a safety there. Great job. Great job. So that's nice to see. Like I said, it wasn't very good gameplay to watch, but we got gameplay nonetheless, and I don't like how this offensive lineman is just standing here because he has nobody to block. But hey. And another pick. Touchdown. Like I said, so many picks in this gameplay. Not the best players. I love the motion there. Love the motion. I love how when the quarterback got sacked, he held onto the ball that time. Too many times last year, the quarterback would just like try to throw it, or he would just lose the ball, or the ball would just pop up, and if a defensive player was in the area, it'd be a pick. Another deep ball thrown and another catch. Once again, defensive backs were not looking, and he just dropped it right in there. No problem with that. And that's just beautiful. That's just a beautiful throw. Right at the seam. Again, no problem with that at all. And that is going to be it for the gameplay. I'm happy with what I saw. Like I said, some tackle situations, I'm still like kind of like, want to clean that up. I was happy with the throwing and the catching and all the subs and all that. So, I'm happy with how the game looks. If you guys got any comments, leave it down in the comment section. And we'll see you guys all next time. Thank you. Have a good day.